Okay, thank you very much, Yusuf. You are very welcome. And I also very happy to be with all participants from all over the world. And it's very exciting time and date for us and for my team to introduce, to launch the LIFE organization to all of you. And also I should start my words by thanking to the Dr. Jaifa from Hong Kong by joining us today and sharing his valuable knowledge and experiences with us from other side of the world. Thank you, Jaifa. Today, I will shortly try to explain what is LIFE and how it started and what we are aiming to do in this organization. The short story of LIFE starts in 2019 in the first International School Principals Conference in Istanbul. It was about school design and aesthetics, and it was face-to-face because it was before pandemic. And we met from all over the world with valuable distinguished professors and academics and the teachers, principals. And we made 2 days very full of information, a good conference. Then we made also a short meeting for 2 hours, I think. And we started an initiative among school leaders all over the world to understand each other and to share our problems, to solve innovative solutions, etc. Then we made same things in the second conference in 2021. It was because during pandemic, it was online. And so we met with all valuable friends online. This is the first meeting's picture on the left upper side. And we are discussing the first topic of LIFE in Istanbul, in Medeniyet University. And this is Fatima, was here from Azerbaijan. Now we are a member of steering committee now. And the second meeting was online. Rania, Behçet, and other valuable friends was on the screen. And we planned today's organization from 2019 and 2021. And today we are here, we are an independent initiative. We came together as educators, administrators, experts, researchers, volunteers, entrepreneurs from different fields of education sector, from different countries, to understand each other, to produce new knowledge, new solutions, new innovative ways for all kids all over the world. And we have now 8 in steering committee in LIFE. Rania from Qatar, Amal from Lebanon, Fatima from Azerbaijan, Gizem from Turkey, Nazmiye from Turkish Republic of North Cyprus, and Mohammed Behçet from Egypt. And we have also very smart assistant from Istanbul. She is Hilal. And let's hear their voices. And you will be happy, I think, to hear them.
We dare you to join us and work on your suggestions to see them flourish.
Greetings to everyone from us. This platform brought many educators from different countries. We want to be together who want to be a stakeholder in education differences in the world and also education researches. So we invite all our stakeholders who want to join us.
Life gives me confidence because I'm in the same network of experts with similar responsibilities and problems. I am in line for innovative solutions, collegiality, and enhancing partnerships.
We give life to our ideas and practices when we share them with others. Give life to what you believe in.
I really enjoy meeting with like-minded people and discuss my ideas and thoughts.
Life encourages us as educators to relearn, to relearn, and redesign our education opportunities in schools, communities, and universities with better understanding to provide innovative solutions for better now and better future.
I thank to my friends on the steering committee by joining me and participating in this idea and organizing this valuable committee to serve to the kids all over the world. Our main aim is to build an interaction platform for all educators all over the world to share their ideas, to build a solidarity network among educational leaders. And if we bring together educational leaders all over the world to exchange experience and cooperate to find solutions that suit societies, taking into account the special conditions of each country, cultural diversity, and the need to focus on sustainability and innovation, I think might be our satisfactory point in our professional life, because we are working as academics in our tables, in our rooms, but the kids are schools in different countries, in different schools. And I think we should be together to serve them, and we should share our ideas to solve innovative ones. And with this aim, we have some objectives. Actually, we divide our objectives into 6 different types. Understanding challenges and exploring innovation by reading, writing, conducting research, and writing some reports by gathering different academics from different parts of the world. And we can build a network to exchange experiences and knowledge among educational leaders or educators or academics from different countries. We can publish research or handbooks. We can prepare standards or guidelines for educators and institutions for the current important problems or new developments in education. And we can build an expert team to train and develop individuals and institutions. And we can also may support educational institutions via customized solutions. So we are open, all school principals, all vice principals and teachers from all over the world, the administrators of academics of higher education institutions, representative of educational institutions, representatives of NGOs who focus on education, representatives of profit organizations, researchers, trainers, free educators or volunteers, shortly, who are interested in education, who can be a place in among us, and we can be more powerful by joining these valuable friends and participants to the life. Before we organize life, as I said previous slides, we hold the ISPC 2019, ISPC 2021 in Istanbul and online. And we plan to make the 3rd one in 2003, hope with this committee in life. And we are also planning doing yearly annual representative meetings of life in June. And next meeting, hope would be in June 25 in 2002. And seminar, webinars, and workshops we are planning to do for all educators all over the world. And this is the first one. And I, again, thanks to Dr. JIAFANG from Hong Kong University for being first invited speakers in this organization. And we published an annual report. We titled it as Life International Educational Report 2021 from 8 countries. Valuable academics or teachers or principals have add their conditions in their countries about education, and we published it in our website. and everyone can easily reach and read and examine and criticize and gives us suggestions for next reports. And hope we will plan counseling, mentoring on coaching processes for schools, educators, or parents, etc. And we will try to plan, organize certificate training programs for teachers, principals, or all educators all over the world. And we are partners. Actually, these partners are the institutions of the steering committee of now LIFE organization, but we are very open to all institutions to be a partner of LIFE, and we will be more powerful by joining them with us. And we have another video. This is the last one, and we'll explain how to join us.
Are you interested in networking with like-minded educators from all across the world? Well, with LIFE, bring your ambitions to life. We will be blessed to have you as a country representative and ambassador by introducing LIFE in the educational communities and to people around you. Or select a member which will allow you to participate in our activities or facilitate various LIFE events based on your interests and expertise. Or be our partner if you want to be a part of or sponsor of certain LIFE events. Click on the link below and stay tuned to our upcoming events.
Thank you for watching the video and me. And this is the last page of my presentation. And I invite all audience, all participants from all over the world for the next representative meeting, annual representative meeting on June 25, 2 or 3 months later today. But we are first waiting them to apply to be representatives of their countries or regions of LIFE, and then we will contact with them and we will build sustainable relations among us, and we will meet and hope on this meeting we will plan the 3rd international conference. Actually, we can change the name, we can decide the topic of the 3rd international conference, and we can organize and conduct a very valuable and international conference for all educators all over the world. And what else we can do? Actually, I have a lot of idea, but these are only in my mind. I hope on first annual meeting, we can share our ideas and we can decide what can we do more. That is all what I have to say today about LIFE organization. It's very exciting time and moment in my life, actually. And so I am very happy with you together here, because there are a lot of people who share my ideas, my imagination about the future, and they are here today. And thank you for your participation, and let JIAFA to share your ideas without waiting so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. JIAFANG. So Youssef, I start sharing my screen.
Yes, let me introduce you briefly to the members.
Yes,
but
please.
Of course, let me thank
Please.
Dr. Ibrahim for the wonderful speech and vital information he has shared with us. Before Dr. JIAFA starts her speech, I would like to remind the participants and the audience that they can visit our website, www.lifeedu.org, for more information about LIFE, inshallah. Dr. JIAFA, is featured on our website, actually, on social media. Yes. So in brief, she's an associate professor at Educational University of Hong Kong. She serves as associate head R&D at the Department of Education Policy and Leadership, and associate director at the Asia Pacific Center for Leadership and Change. This is shortly a brief. I would like to leave the floor to Dr. JIAFANG. But before that, those who are having questions to Dr. JIAFANG during the presentation, they can use the chat section, or they can keep the questions until the question and answer section. You're welcome, Dr. JIAFANG. The floor is yours.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Joseph. I share my screen or also share the sound of my computer. And can you see my PowerPoint now?
Yes.
Can you see my PowerPoint?
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you. Thank you, Joseph, and also Dr. Ibrahim's invitation. I'm really honored to be part of this exciting and important event. The topic of my sharing is turning around the school with innovation during the pandemic and my observation from Hong Kong. And when I say I'm really glad to see so many warm hellos from everywhere around the world. And my hello is actually from not only my hello is not only from Hong Kong, my hello is also from Shanghai. Later, I'm going to share a little bit more on that also. And I see an important connection between where I am and the LIFE organization. I'm wearing two hats in the university. I'm the associate head in this department, education policy and leadership. And I'm also associate director in the center, as Joseph has nicely described. I think as you see, these are the values we stated very explicitly on our website. And you can sense that in our activities, programs, and what kind of research we produce. So you see these common words as what Dr. Ibrahim just described and was posted on our website and was actually enacted in our action activities. These are innovation, collaborative learning, networking. So I am really to be part of this event, and I hope my voice and also the experience I'm going to share, actually the frontline experience I'm going to share, really fits to the kind of voice you are interested in to hear and can learn from that, and also tell me more about your story through the sharing today. And when I say my hello is from Hong Kong and also from Shanghai, you know that the fifth waves of pandemic actually hit Hong Kong in February. And then government announced that all school closed. It's not only just suspended the face-to-face class, and the government also announced a special holiday. It's actually in February is the winter time in Hong Kong, but the city's leader announced a special summer holiday. So also I'm on sabbatical leave this semester. So I just brought my whole family. We didn't see my family in the mainland China, Shanghai, for quite a long time. So we just traveled together from Hong Kong to Shanghai. So that's why I'm now giving this sharing from Shanghai. And it's 5-hour difference from Turkey. You are the afternoon. This is now about 10 p.m. in Hong Kong, Shanghai time. Despite the geographical distance, I believe wherever you are, I think around the world, we see some similar educational strategies or reforms around the world, and including Hong Kong. Hong Kong and Shanghai were also seeing this kind of educational reform or strategies. This include more decentralization of the school administration, school-based management, more emphasis on the student-centered learning over teacher-centered learning, more involvement of parents, more enactment of educational standards, quality assurance, accountability, all kinds of accountability processes, and more emphasis on the teacher empowerment. So you can tell me why this applies to where you are right now. through today's sharing, I wanted to, these are the purpose of my sharing. I wanted to, at the end of the sharing, we could have together we could have a better understanding of those common challenges, especially when we wanted to bring the innovation in our school, regardless it's a primary school, secondary school, higher education, or organization, or other types of organization of education. And I hope we can also walk away with a bit more clarity in terms of how school leaders and the teachers using a similar a repertoire of leadership practices to make innovation happen. I hope that we can also walk away from this event with a bit more confidence in the unique strengths that we as individual educators, researchers, schools, and the system that can bring into innovation, okay? And to achieve those goals, actually, I'm not going to talk through the whole sharing. And actually, my colleagues and I made a documentary last year, and funded by one of my research projects on school innovation. We made a documentary about a close observation of a school who made huge change, or we call it a school turnaround during the pandemic. So today, through this video, or this documentary video, I hope bring to you the voice, not only myself, not only the literature, also bring to you the voice of principal, her teachers, the students in Hong Kong, okay? And I wanted to start to show, let you to get a sense of that by showing the first 40 seconds first, and then I will explain a bit more background about the schooling in Hong Kong, and so you can better sense why they do that and how did they make them happen, okay?
喺2020年2月6日，因應新型冠狀病毒疫情嘅最新發展，教育局宣布全港學校會延長停課安排，呼籲學生透過網上學習做到停課不停學，等學校預早作出安排。三水同鄉會禤景榮學校係大埔一所資助小學，喺疫情之前本地收生困難，1年級就有4個班，而每班平均有19個學生，其中23% 係跨境學校。學校喺自主學習、電子學習等方面嘅基礎幾乎為零。喺教育局冇硬性要求嘅情況下，學校宣布由停課第3週，亦即係2月24號開始，全面實施各年級。
So I want to quick stop here and
喺2020年2月6日，因應新型冠。
I hope you are with me. And so this is a bit of background about that case study. And this is a case about a public school. Although it's a public school, it doesn't mean it's very safe. In Hong Kong has been regarded, I think, according to the standard PISA test, Hong Kong is regarded as one of also numerous report, the global report, research report. Also, they consistently regard Hong Kong as one of the high performing education system. So the students have been performing very well on the international standard test. However, they're doing well, doesn't mean they're feeling well. So the students is also, you can see those from those tests, the kids, they may perform very well on the international test, but they are afraid of making mistakes. They are afraid of failures. So is in one word, you can say that the students may doing well, but then they might not feeling well. And also the schools in Hong Kong, even it's government funded schools, most of the schools are government funded. It's running or in kind of, the reality is more like a small government and a big market, because the whole school funding mechanism is linked to the number of students a school can recruit. That means if the school does not recruit enough number of the students, the school, to a certain extent, the school has to be closed. And another situation make this school, you say the public schooling in Hong Kong is not so secure, is the dropping number, the dropping number of school age population. you can forecast in the coming 6 years, there is a drastic drop of the school age children. So by 2026, we can anticipate at least 6 public primary school has to be closed. So this is kind of the background I wanted to draw your attention. And the school case, exactly part of those is struggling with survival. The school I just showed, it does not have enough number of students, and the teachers are not so competent, or not confident either. They didn't do a lot of online learning or IT. They do not have much IT competence. And the students actually are crossing the border. They cannot even, because of the lockdown of the pandemic, they cannot even cross the border to attend the school for quite a long time. And now it's lasted for about 2 years, okay? And when I say school turnaround, I want to also set a definition here. When I say school turnaround, they must demonstrate the following characteristics. There is a very significant improvement. So that's what's happening with the school. That may make me, in this school, there's actually a very significant improvement. They ensured organizational survival. Now this school does not have any survival crisis anymore. And there is perpetual innovation, and the innovation is keep going on, is launched and keep going on. And there is a very clear strategic action reorientation happening in the school. The school is gaining new resources. The school is now trying out new ways, actually exploring more new ways of working with each other and delivering the teaching and learning. And you can also see a rejuvenation of the whole school, and a lot of entrepreneurial and energy happening in this school. So this is the conceptual background, also the realistic background of this case. Now I'm going to show the next 10 minutes of the case. And this school actually make this kind of turnaround, demonstrating these kind of characteristics. I want you to, while you're watching the video case, of course, I will keep providing illustration or elaboration. I wanted to invite you to thinking about, you can interact using the chat as Yusuf suggested. You can use the chat. You agree with anything that the teachers, the school leaders, the kids said during the video case. You wanted to echo that, you agree with that, or you feel inspired by that, or you disagree with that, please leave the comments there. At the end of the 10 minutes, I also share my thoughts. So what I learned, how did I view what's happening in this school? And I hope at the end of the session, we have more time to interact with your questions, okay? Are you with me? So now I'm going to show the next. So this is school. There's a lot of things happening in this school. So this school adopted online.
情況下，學校宣布由停課第3週，亦即係2月24號開始，全面實施各年級所有科目開展實時網課。喺測試階段，全校有92.6% 嘅學生成功進行視像測試。到開始開展網課嘅時候，出席率更加達98%。今次嘅成果令三水同鄉會禤景榮學校由一開始知名度甚低嘅學校，開始受到大埔區家長嘅關注。相比上一個學年，自行分配學位階段嘅報名上升咗足足4倍。小一嘅就讀人數上升咗35.5%，因為疫情而唔能夠開辦嘅小一簡介會，亦都改由網上舉行，觀看次數達到1138次，而社交媒體專頁嘅讚好數喺停課之後至今上升咗2.4倍。三水同鄉會禤景榮學校究竟係點樣喺短短幾個月之內實現學校華麗嘅翻轉呢？
So let's see what's happening.
停課嗰陣時，我好唔開心，因為小息嗰陣時唔可以同朋友玩，只可以喺 聽到
friends, watch TV
就好
most
似
of the
冇咗同
time.
學冇咗老師
The
就
whole
好孤
world
獨，
disappeared in front of
我
me.
好似乜
Lost
都冇
everything.
晒，好似我
I
想要嘅嘢都消
experienced
失咗。
because especially most of the asynchronous
我係比較擔心嘅原因咧，就係因為我啲電腦技術咧就即係唔係咁好啦。我製作呢一啲嘅片咧，我真係由零開始要學。
老師其實咧都好擔憂嘅，因為咧其實我哋喺電子教學方面咧，學校嗰個發展咧係輸在起跑線，因為冇話好周詳嘅整體嘅專業發展咧係俾個老師嘅，即係老師只係響一啲課堂試緊一啲嘅平台點樣用，咁但係未話有一個周全嘅計劃去發展電子教育，咁所以老師嘅信心唔係好大嘅。咁究竟係咪咁開始就要全校都要做咧？係咪全部老師都要做咧？我諗佢哋都好困惑，去突破佢哋嘅舒適帶，去令到佢哋有信心去接受呢個挑戰咧。我諗都係我哋嘅好大嘅困難。我認為咧，解決軟件嘅問題咧係重要過解決硬件嘅問題，因為軟件即係人啦。其實我哋呢個計劃咧點樣先可以成功咧？一定係我哋成個團隊要團結一致，行政上面要有充足嘅支援啦。其實最緊要就係老師，老師係一個實踐者。如果老師肯將我哋呢啲計劃所有嘅策略咧去落地咧，我哋嘅計劃先可以成功咯。我點解決軟件嘅問題咧？就係要理性與感性並重，因為我要話俾老師聽咧，點解咧我哋要咁樣做？呢個好緊要，因為老師都要知道個意義何在，點解我哋要實時啊？點解我哋要全校一齊做？咁另外就係我哋拍咗好多影片啦，做咗啲庫存啦，都係咧老師可以共享嘅。而家我哋個分工咧就係每人都係做啲，然後一齊成級一齊用啊嘛。咁老師都覺得係好好嘅，即係如果我哋係咁樣，佢平日就單打獨鬥啦，你做你㗎啦。而家一齊做完咧就係一個共享嘅庫存。咁老師都係，咦咁樣都好喎，而家做好晒，咁就可以以後利用喎。仲有一個點咧，我都會同佢講話嗱，啲小朋友如果而家學唔到嘢咧，其實翻到嚟都係要跟手尾㗎，咁所以不如寧願我哋而家都做實時課堂 ，keep 住佢哋嘅學習，咁就唔會咁甩漏嗰啲孩子。咁喺情侶嘅夾擊之下咧，咁我覺得老師個反應都好支持嘅。
到我真係第一次咧喺個鏡頭裏面見翻晒啲 BB， 我自己興奮到不得了。咁其實嗰一刻咧，我自己都覺得我嘅能量咧都來自佢哋，因為我哋都係喺社會嘅其中一份子。面對個疫情咧，做老師嚟講咧，頭先阿 Dr. Liu 你都問過個壓力喺邊，其實我都覺得空虛啊，係啊，我都覺得好懷念啲細路仔。所以咧，先至係再回想翻或者反思翻教學歷程裏面，其實我哋需要啲咩咧？我哋需要係小朋友生命之間嘅互動，需要家長大家之間嘅同行。所以嗰一刻真係好真情流露。
So the whole idea is about adopting the online teaching.
校長認為要俾老師先睇到可行性，先可以俾佢哋更大嘅信心。因此佢提出咗低門檻、高期望嘅方法。
咁所謂低門檻咧，就係初我哋 set 一個 sample 俾佢拍片嘅時候咧，我哋就係要求好低嘅啫。高期望就係咧逐步咧俾佢哋一人挑戰。
一開頭佢哋拍一啲嘅教學短片咧，係可能主要係出手為先嘅，就係影住自己喺板同埋手一路講書。到後期開始咧，就露埋樣出嚟咯，因為佢知道小朋友想見到老師，同埋佢都會訓練自己口才，嗰個訓練就加強咗，咁信心又多咗。
咁學校首先咧就即係好快脆咧就安排咗 IT 嘅老師啦，阿吳家豪老師咧就幫我哋做一個講座先。咁我就會做筆記，好似學生咁啊，即刻攞個筆記簿，全部寫低逐個步驟，一路寫，咁啊跟住個步驟啦。咁校長就同我講：唔使驚啊，唔使驚啊，你一定得㗎。即係你要 try and error，唔好話譴責佢，話有啲咩少事咧就要去即係話佢錯咯，要包容佢哋找大放小。咁所以個關係個互信嘅關係就喺嗰度建立，即係佢知道校長係唔會因為啲小事去責備佢哋嘅，佢哋亦都好放心去試。同埋我哋成個團隊呢個 back up 咧，就係做親啲乜嘢，成個團隊一齊嚟嘅。做得好係成個團隊一齊嘅榮譽嚟嘅，做得唔好我哋一齊包底，一齊解決佢就 OK 㗎啦。
因為呢度有好大部分嘅學生都係喺內地嘅，咁喺呢方面我哋就真係要去試唔同嘅平台，去到試唔同嘅一啲系統，究竟邊一個方法先至係可以喺即係中港兩地可以流暢咁使用嘅咧？咁但係喺呢方面我哋好有機會會試錯喎，好有機會會嗰啲錢就真係唔能夠用到喺教學裏面。我哋呢度就好，佢真係俾咗一個機會俾我哋，真係要去逐步去試。咁我哋最後真係揾到一啲嘅組合，而係可以令到我哋喺內地嘅學生又好，喺我哋香港嘅學生又好，都可以順暢咁樣使用。咁而呢樣嘢就係校長對我哋嘅信任咯。
校長唔單止信任老師，亦都準備咗一個全盤嘅部署，令 IT 組、教務主任、課程主任、各科科長、班主任都可以各司其職，而又互相補位，令高效能嘅實時網上課堂得以順利實施。
如果咧有細路仔欠交功課咧，首先咧因為咧我哋喺呢個停課期間咧，我哋係需要用細路仔嘅功課嚟去判斷佢有冇做得好，同埋咧作為一個評估嘅數據。咁所以佢交功課都好重要嘅。咁所以訓輔組咧，佢哋會設計咗一啲嘅機制咧，去睇住 mon 住細路仔有冇交到功課。但係當佢哋欠交功課嘅時候咧，我啲同事咧，佢就唔會等到結果出㗎，佢就已經話俾我聽，阿張老師有邊個咧，咁佢已經好耐冇交功課咯喎，家長咧似乎又幫唔到佢啲乜嘢喎，咁我就叫佢哋全部咧交俾我。咁我喺屋企嘅工作咧就係通過打電話，首先了解一下細路仔點解交唔到功課。咁其實咧有機會咧就係小朋友嘅器材唔得啦，或者佢個網絡流量唔得啦。咁如果係呢一方面嘅問題咧，咁我哋會即時支援。但係如果牽涉到咧係嗰個家長咧能力不逮教唔到啦，即係有啲好低年級嘅，唔係器材問題啦，係真係一個學習上面遇到困難啦。咁其實都叫家長放鬆啲，我哋老師團隊咧其實會支援佢。
咁為咗要咁多位同事一齊 on the same page 啦，同埋 on the same pace 啦，咁我哋最緊要咧就係有共同備課習備啦。咁我哋就安排咗咧每個星期咧都有一次嘅習備會議嘅，就係例如禮拜一咧就係中文科啦，禮拜二咧就係英文同數學科，禮拜三咧常識科，跟住咧禮拜五咧就係行政會議咁。下晝咧就開始一齊咧就係去備課，備一個禮拜嘅課，同埋去拍一啲預習影片啊。過程裏邊去到第4週啦，其實我哋就安排咗一啲觀課活動，網上都可以做觀課活動嘅，係啦。就係咧我哋第一次咧就係觀咗咁多科唔同嘅老師嘅課啦，咁我就發覺咧就同時其實咧科與科之間咧各位同事用嘅一啲互動嘅點子咧都好唔同嘅。咁唔同底下可唔可以大家互相學習咧？咁啊其實可以嘅喎。
So I want to stop here and pause a bit. This is before we move to the next. Before we move to the next the next episode, I wanted to see your comments. As I said, you can share some comments here. Okay, let me see what you say. Leave there. Okay, you share great. So similar, right? I see 2 comments there. You think that all the worst teachers have experienced the same thing? I exactly agree with you. Most of us experienced similar challenges as a teacher. I like the video case study. Thank you. And as you see, the principal used a lot of efforts to convince during this whole process, to convince the teachers. And you may say these are rather conventional leadership practices. And they not only to make the change, this is the school announced real-time online learning, while most of the other schools is one of the earliest school doing that. And the other schools are doing asynchronous online teaching. They recorded a lot of videos, they've spent a lot of time, but there is not much real-time online interaction between the teachers and the students. But this school worked out now we look back, it's pretty easy and or natural, right? We almost get used to this new normal, but at that time there was a great uncertainty and hesitation, worries. And okay, this situation may raise the attendance rates, but deepen the gap between advantaged and disadvantaged. Okay, I think that is some of the controversial issue. And for this school, as they said, when the first time testing that, they have about 98 of the students show up for the testing, and they work out other mechanism to looking after the 2% who could not attend the real-time online class. Thank you for raising this. It's really critical. But I also feel like this concern daunted many schools to really step forward at that, even nowadays, to take really radical changes in the school. So the principal tried to encourage the teachers to encourage the students, yes. So what else I see from this case? On the change literature, you know, that there is a great emphasis on the learning orientation. Because when we run in the school, we bear all this kind of accountable. We are still accountable, all kind of internal results, also external expectations. And it's very likely the school in the daily work, they emphasize the performance, they emphasize to avoid to make a mistake. Of course, most of the school will regard themselves as the learning organization. And this research telling us that for any school's organization, you could have all three types of orientation, but it's the dominant orientation that might affect the whole dynamic interaction and the process in the school. And particularly in this case, school, it has great emphasis on the learning orientation. It helps to create a safe feeling. That's what we call the psychological safety. The principal said we want them to feel safe to make the first step. And also the whole learning culture, the whole learning orientation. We learned that. We started, even the most experienced, the senior teachers, she started to take notes and learning step by step. And this learning orientation really helps to create the psychological safety that's necessary for teacher to work out of their comfort zone, to willing to try new approach, new ways of working. And one more point I want to bring out, which is also quite important for innovation literature, is that the ambidextrous nature of the school organization, because you need to constantly balance the need to maintain the standard and making changes to prepare your school organization for tomorrow. So the whole idea of ambidextrous organization is that you cannot just, it's not about either or. You need constantly shifting between these two ends and looking after both in order to maintain the performance, maintain the standards, and make your school flexible, innovative, and energetic to prepare your students, your teachers for tomorrow. So then I'm going to show you the last 5 minutes of this video. You see, after all these kind of changes, what's actually happening and how the changes bring the school to the next level. Okay. There we go.
咁讚歎嘅就係整個團隊嘅團結，讚歎就係老師勇於嘗試、開放求進嘅心態。咁喺文字上面咧，我就總共係俾咗5封信老師同埋家長。咁內容咧都係圍繞住點解我哋要咁做啦，激勵我哋嘅士氣啦，同埋咧有一啲少少嘅成功咧，我就會同佢哋一齊 celebrate， 一齊咧去再推高一個層次，即係我哋呢一個任務完成咯，我哋可唔可以再做下一個挑戰啊？咁我就一路喺度鋪排，即係啲老師一路係自我完善，一路係望住我哋嘅山頂行上去嘅，一齊向上行嘅。同埋家長亦都係，佢要了解咧老師而家為孩子付出緊啲乜嘢，即係我都會表達俾老師聽，我感恩佢哋。亦都係表達俾家長知咧，我都係感恩佢哋嘅，亦都希望佢哋感恩我哋嘅老師嘅。
咁呢個咧都係多謝校長去鼓勵。 咁而當然時不時都會收到佢嘅情書啦，佢嘅情書係充滿感情嘅書信啦。咁佢同我都會同喜同憂啦。咁呢個都係我嘅同行者。呢個係深深有個體會喺處，就唔係我自己孤軍作戰。我背後係好強大嘅團隊。
除咗我哋表面上睇到嘅一啲學校嘅設施啦、硬件啦，同埋學校俾我哋嗰啲課程教學方式啦，仲有一啲嘢咧係我哋媽媽非常需要，但係我哋喺出面係睇唔到嘅，係同學校老師之間嗰個親密嘅密切嘅聯繫。即係俾到我意外嘅收穫咯，我好安心咯。作為一個媽媽嚟講，我哋學校嘅團隊咧，響各方面嘅能力咧都提升咗好多。我哋行政人員咧，佢嗰啲應變力、適應力同埋執行能力咧，響呢一段時間咧逼咗出嚟。咁啊，真係響咁短時間，響2個星期裏邊咧，可以將全部嘅嘢上馬咧。其實嗰個仲有嗰個合作嘅能力啊！都係咧，喺呢件事裏邊咧，真係提升咗好多。但係我最開心嘅咧，就係整個團隊咧嗰種心態，嗰種自我完善嗰種心態。其實我覺得，如果有咗呢種心態咧，我哋學校真係不斷進步，不斷去接受挑戰咧，都係完全冇問題。
最大嘅轉變咧，就係上個禮拜五啊！上個禮拜五咧，政府咧就啱啱又突然間喺11:40咧，就係宣布1至3年級咧就係停課啦咁。咁當時咧個20分鐘啦，咁同事咧我就見到啦，就係要派晒所有嘅補習，因為佢哋個腦咧已經知道下個禮拜我係一定會做網課嘅。咁網課嘅時候，學生需要喺屋企有啲咩工具咧？咁佢所以咧喺20分鐘裏邊咧就已經派晒所有嘢啦。佢個腦咧已經係知道我下個禮拜點樣去點樣去設計佢個課堂啊！最令我驕傲 proud 嘅地方咧，就係我哋可以喺短時間之內咧，老師嘅專業咧係由唔知點乜嘢叫做電子學習，到佢而家係非常之成熟，每個同事都可以做到 KOL 嘅。第一，第二咧，做到好緊要嘅咧，就係以前咧可能會覺得所有嘅好多有啲嘢係洪水猛獸，我唔想去掂啊，我都係跟翻我自己嗰套。但係而家係多咗好大嘅 percentage 嘅老師咧，就係好啊，我試下，你話俾我聽係咩嚟，我哋一齊做啊咁。即係呢一個嘅轉變係最 proud， 即係大家一齊做一件事去解決同一個難題，令到大家嘅教學就會係進步啦。咁呢一個係我覺得好引以為榮。
I think I'm aware that only out of time. What I wanted to highlight is that so the innovation and the trying is actually reciprocal. So eventually after the school making the turnaround and with that innovation, the innovation started to become an engine for them to make more changes. Teachers feel more ready, more capable, more experienced in bringing out more changes in this school. So in this school, you can see it's actually teachers are more motivated. And one participants raised the issue about the disadvantaged students just now. Actually, this is quite controversial, actually, at least for some of the parents, some of the teachers, but I think that is especially for innovation, for make any innovation happen, is not just about it's good or not. It's always making a decision or a shifting, constant shifting between to comply with the standards and break the rules, right? So this principle actually, she did feel it's a very tough journey actually when she's talking about the cases, and I saw her tears in those tough moments, and especially when her words are not understood by some external members, some parents, and the individual, some teachers. So I'm aware of the time is running. We're running out of the time, but I just wanted to share that this is not only the case of one school. We see that in more schools, and they demonstrate some similar types of attributes and competences during making the change happen in their school. And I think at large, the school is not only, so at large, if we're looking at the online classes now in Hong Kong, actually around the world is much better, much stronger, teachers are much ready or capable in dealing with the online classes. And in Hong Kong, it's a small, as I said, it's a small government, or it's characteristic of small government and a big market. Where I'm in Shanghai right now, I see another case is that a big government and a small market, but I see another different set of strategy in dealing with that. And they have more coordination of outstanding teachers to record classes and broadcasting classes through TV, and the school can use that in combination with their own classes, with their own, they can invest their time into grading the students' paper. So I do believe that there were unique strengths that our individual teachers, schools, and the system can bring into addressing this, as you said, similar challenges and similar experiences. Okay, I stop my sharing here now. Looking at your any questions or thoughts you wanted to share with me, or not only me, perhaps with our live members as well.
Thank you, Dr. Lu, for the wonderful speech and educative presentation. As you said, let's go to the question and answer section. Members who have any questions, please, you can raise your hands, you can ask questions. Dr. is ready to answer all your questions. Waiting for your questions, those who are having questions.
Thank you.
Let me ask a question, Dr. Jaifa. Actually, the principal's role to motivate the teachers in schools and coordinate all teachers. But how about motivating principals? How kind of critical impacts we have, or strategy we have as governments or as academics?
I believe that our audience today, they may, not only me, I believe they also have good answers to that question, as it's really important and a great question. If I can, time allow me to only share one thought, I would say more exchange, more networking, more collaborative learning. So only I think that is, most of the principals are super busy. They're looking into they have to looking after all kinds of issues within and outside their school. So it's that simple. They do not, I think, especially like the cases in Hong Kong, and there is not that much exposure of schools to the reality of other schools. It's really needed to deserve like organizations like LIFE or what others, our department have been doing, our center has been doing. We're trying to bring the good news or the good stories from one school to more schools. And that really helps to broadening the horizon and inspire more good ideas. And actually this video case I've basically have shown to most of the school principals in Hong Kong. And actually, I see two participants from Hong Kong today in the audience. Thank you for, and one is Lam and another is Anthony. Thank you for coming, staying with me. So I believe that they also inspired and learn from that experience. And I think that eventually we stimulate each other and mutually learn from each other and improve together. It's exactly what you said at the beginning of the life, when you stated the mission of the life.
Thank you.
There is a question in the chat section. Do you have any data about the average age of your principals?
This average age of my principals, you mean that I don't, because I shared a case, as you see her face, she's quite young, but for the other study, the entrepreneurial teachers, that's because that is a case study, qualitative case study. They were in their 40s, 50s, as I see that is the quite common age group of the school leaders. And 40, 50, or?
As I read from Philip Hallinger, he was mentioned about 50s.
Philip, you mean?
Philip Hallinger?
Yeah, you mean Professor Philip Hallinger?
Yeah, yeah. He was mentioned about in an article about the age of the principals and vice principals in Hong Kong, and he said around 50. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So how to see the innovation versus mass network?
Yeah.
Government schools. How can we promote innovation in big school networks? Yeah, we are also working. I think that's certainly, I think for the school networks, that certainly has moved to the foreground of discussion in educational leadership and school improvement. And we also see some common pitfalls in the school partnership. Often we say we are different, there is overt emphasis on our differences rather than commonalities, which undermine the opportunity to learn. So I think when we're working in the networks, I think a bit more attention could be drawn to the common challenges and the unique strengths in dealing with those common challenges. Perhaps that will be of help. As a change agent, their stimulation task to adapt teachers. So their teacher skill is so important. And also teacher skills are developed, right? This is particular for this school, the teachers are not ready when the principal wanted to bring the change to them. So experience sharing is crucial. I agree with you, yes. And parents have involved in formal education of their children in this period than any other time, I agree. How it could help the parents indeed. Actually, this principle use a lot of the parents as the driving force for the teacher to make the change. You know, because many of the parents at right at the beginning for real-time class, they worry about parents' responses, especially for primary school students. They worry that parents are going to monitor the real-time online classes at the beginning. And then of course, now we do realize that the parents actually are quite busy. And they used collected a lot of feedback, encouragement words from the parents. The principal telling the parents, telling them, our teachers love your children more willing than the parents. But our teachers are not ready. We are learning that, we are practicing that. Please give more comments or encouragement notes to our teachers. And it should intentionally collect a lot of qualitative, nice encouragement notes from the parents for the teachers. And that serves as a very helpful motivation for the teachers, also liberated them from the worry of making mistakes. So around 40, 50, so good. Why I'm also curious why we have two comments relating to the age, and also Ibrahim, Dr. Ibrahim also noticed that the figure from Professor Philip Hallinger. And is there any particular concern in Turkey or in your society about the age of the principals?
Yeah, we have made a research nationwide, and it was around 41.3, the average age of principals in Turkey.
That's young, may I say that?
Yeah, yeah,
pretty young.
30% of them are less experience, less than 5 years experience in administrating position.
Yeah, so I think Hong Kong also in the past three years, we see a lot of newly promoted principals as well. I say, Anthony, actually one of the audience today here, Hong Kong, he was promoted to the principal position 2 years ago, Anthony. Yeah, there's, a lot of mobility in Hong Kong. So showing the situation in Hong Kong, did the empirical researchers researching on education redesign their research? Okay, yeah, I adapted my research plan. As I said, I'm working on a research grant on a project on teacher innovation. I have to adapt the plan from a large scale quantitative study to some more nuanced qualitative study, largely because when I doing the same set of survey, we designed earlier, we found all the innovation we are collected about online teaching and learning. But we know that that's not all about innovation. Innovation could occur in any domain of school life. It's not only about online teaching or learning, right? So we feel like that inflated the importance of online teaching and learning during these special times. So there are a lot of postpone of the research project, yes, and but for at least for my own project, I made that change, and it was approved by the committee, research committee. Yes, Ibrahim, I think that's pretty much my responses to the questions. Thank you for attending, staying with me. I'm really glad that we started with 50 participants. Now we have 53 participants, and I'm really appreciated that you stay with us. Now I give back the time to Yusuf or Dr. Ibrahim.
Thank you, Dr. Lu, for the presentation, and we thank members who have participated in the chat, giving their opinions and views, and those who have asked their questions. I would like to remind members to be participants at live, following at our website, www.live.edu.org. You can be a country representative, you can be a partner, you can be a member, you can be a follower. And then we have our application form on the website. Please don't forget to fill it. Lastly, I would like to thank again Dr. Lu for the participation, the founders of LIFE, and those who contributed to the organization of the event. As LIFE, we shall send a certificate of appreciation to Dr. JIAFANG Lu as soon as possible. Looking forward to meeting you in the next event. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Yusuf. Thank you, Dr. Ibrahim.
Thank you, Yusuf.
Thank you, guys.